Studies show that police are more likely to pull over and frisk blacks and Latinos than whites. In New York City, 80% of the people pulled over were either black or Latino, and 85% of those people were frisked, compared to a mere 8% of white people that were pulled over. It is no secret that racial discrimination and police brutality is becoming an issue that America needs to deal with. A man named Colin Kaepernick, who played football in the NFL for the San Francisco 49ers, has become a major controversy in our country over the last 2 years. Colin Kaepernick, being a stud athlete from Nevada University, was given the opportunity in 2011 to be drafted and play in the NFL. At this point in his career, I'm sure he would have never known that he would go on to be the most hated man in the NFL for simply standing up in something that he believed in. His actions have also led the NFL to have to make some tough executive decisions, quieting the bantering of people that didn't like that he was taking a knee or sitting down during the performances of the national anthem. Hi, my name is Drew Perkins, and I would like to tell everyone a little bit about the Take the Knee movement and why it is causing so much controversy in the NFL as well as in our country. I'd like to start by elaborating a little bit about the movement. Take a Knee is the official name of the movement, and it all has to deal with the problems that all minority people have to deal with in the country, where it is illegal to discriminate against anyone for their color, race, religion, or whatever. The movement originally started after the first 3 preseason games of the 49ers 2016 season, when Colin Kaepernick was sitting down during the performances of the national anthem. He then discussed after with Nate Boyer, an ex-NFL player and an Army veteran, the dynamics of what he wanted his movement to be. To be more respectful to the people around him, he began to take a knee during the national anthem to symbolize the half-mast flag symbol that is put up when a tragedy has occurred. It did not take long for football players across all the NFL teams to participate by taking a knee. Colin Kaepernick told the NFL media, quote unquote, "I'm not going to stand up to show pride in a flag for a country that oppresses black people and people of color." And knowing that 70% of the NFL is African American, it makes sense why this has been such a strong movement there. The movement, shortly after, was put on a national scale and was across every media outlet in the U.S. NFL players were lined up, kneeling down on the sidelines, standing up for what they believed was right, as you can see in my slideshow presentation. Kaepernick soon became one of the most hated people in the country when the movement was in full effect. I would now like to talk about why the movement started in the first place. Police brutality and civil rights are 2 topics being discussed a lot right now around our country. U.S. police killed at least 258 black people in 2016, according to a project by The Guardian that tracks all police killings in America. 39 of these people were unarmed. 4 were killed by stun guns, and the other 9 died in police custody in jail, which is a major problem in our jails as well. It seems very unethical that 39 people were killed unarmed, and to see people like Charles Williams, who was a white male who shot up Santana High School in March of 2001, get arrested while armed. Shown in my slideshow are some horrific images, police brutality images, after the arrests of some African Americans. African Americans are 2.5 times more likely to be shot and killed by an officer of law. Social media has shed some light on the topic of racism, showing more and more people these acts of racism and discrimination going along around our country. According to estimates, the number of worldwide social media users has reached 2.34 billion and is expected to grow to 2.95 billion by 2020. This goes to show that it has always been an issue, but the amount of people videoing and spreading these horrific videos of discrimination is making it more prevalent right now. Now that I've shown you the movement and why people are participating in it, I would like to tell you how it is misconceived and why it shouldn't be tampered by external forces. The movement is commonly misconceived as being disrespectful to our country, when in reality it's a part of their First Amendment rights to take a knee during the national anthem. The First Amendment, as everyone knows, states, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting free exercise thereof or abridging the freedom of speech. It seems unjust that people are allowed to walk around with AR-15s, but when an activist wants to stand up for something that he believes in, the whole nation reacts to it. The involvement of the Take a Knee movement is not only being judged by the NFL, but it has been judged by our government as well. Donald Trump soon got into an argument about the movement, stating, "Wouldn't you love to see one of these NFL owners, when someone disrespects our flag, to say, 'Get that son of a bitch off the field right now. Get him out. He's fired. He's fired.'" After these remarks by President Trump, the NFL players started to get fined for taking a knee during the national anthem. On the 23rd of May of this year, the NFL passed a new rule that every player that is on the field is required to stand for the national anthem, violating every player's First Amendment rights. Today I shared a deeper insight on the Take a Knee movement that has been going on in this country for the last 2 years. I also shared a little bit of information about the oppression and mistreatment to minority people that has been going on since people were freed from slavery, since discrimination became illegal in our country. Along with some of the reasons and misconceptions of the movement and why it shouldn't be wrong for the NFL players to practice this movement. I think that civil rights is a very big issue in the United States of America, and it seems as if every time someone stands up to raise awareness without violating the law or our Constitution, that they are hated for it. What Colin Kaepernick has done to raise awareness is moving, and I hope that all of you can take a moment just to think about ways you can help end discrimination in our country once and for all.